Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video you might be wondering, what is this chart she's got up with a grand total of 2 candles? Well, this would be the brand new XBT contract from the CBOE. This is Bitcoin futures, gang. That is what you're looking at. And this is probably the one question that I've received more than any other throughout the day. So let me give you some breakdown on what you are, signing up for when you're looking for this Bitcoin futures. Now, Bitcoin futures are going to be more similar to trading currencies, Forex currency futures. Not really similar to what's here on the list in terms of indexes. Look, this is really going to be about how do you trade another currency futures contract. So it's going to have a whole lot more, quite frankly, in terms of the rhythm of the market, much more in common with these currencies. Now, the reason it's up here in the index section, by the way, is you are not actually controlling Bitcoin. It's based upon an index. In this case, it's based upon, as you can see, the initial margin. This is one coin, but you're not actually controlling the coin. It's cash settled every day. So this is a derivative. It's derived from this underlying contract called Bitcoin. So this is what we're looking at here. This is my Gemini dashboard. And it's, as you can see here, it says 66% of the Gemini at 4 p.m. auction price. So this is not an inexpensive contract to trade. It is fairly expensive. So that gives you an idea of what the cost is going to be of this contract. You can also see there's a $xbts.x. Let's take it back on over to the TradeStation platform. Pop that in there. And what you're looking at here is the index. This is the Gemini Bitcoin index price. So this is about 16,000. So at 4 p.m., so this would have been roughly 2 hours ago, 4 p.m. Eastern, you will see what that price is, and then that's going to be 44% of that price. That's your initial margin. So 44% of that price right there. Let me show you the intraday price action on this, because the intraday price action is really pretty interesting. And this is where I think this whole Bitcoin future story makes the most sense. I do not recommend anybody own Bitcoin with margin. In other words, if you're in margin in and you're taking Bitcoin overnight, over the weekend, I would not recommend that. I'm not going to go so far as to say you're crazy, because some of you out there might have done very, very well. But remember, if you're on margin and things go south, I'm going to be stepping in with cash and buying even a fractional amount of something. I've recommended to people, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you don't have to buy a full coin on the on this side of it. It's fairly cost prohibitive again, right? But you can buy a fractional amount. Again, I would highly recommend not doing it on margin. However, this is where margin makes sense. Intraday, short term, start trading maybe the Asian session, and when you're not at the desk, close the position. Okay? Not that things can't happen where you see a rapid move, but again, I cannot reiterate enough. If you're not at the desk and you're on margin, close the position. Now, I was watching this price action, and I will for the next few days before I really get involved in any major way, but I was looking at the organization and the rhythm of this contract, and it already looks like this is going to be very much a Asian session kind of contract. You can see here 8 p.m. Asian session, good organization. Here we are going into the European and UK Open. Things get a little choppy. They were choppy throughout the US session, and here they are organizing again, going into the post-US early Asian session. So I do believe for now this is going to be best traded during the Asian session. All right, so I would not spend a lot of time trading this during the US session. I would focus mostly on the intraday price action. And notice I'm using the same tools: Wave, Darvis, Propulsion, Grab, using all the same tools that I use on any of my other trading on this chart. So first day, quick look at the 5-minute action. The more data we get, the more we can start talking about slightly longer term time frames. But again, on margin, I would not recommend going any longer than, say, 30 or 60 minutes. Now, on the Bitcoin itself, if I'm going through my Gemini, if I'm going through my Coinbase, I'm actually buying the coins, not on margin, I'm going to be looking at the 8-hour, 4-hour, maybe the 3-hour time frames to understand what it is I want to do and when I can get involved. In fact, I think 4 and 8-hour time frames are really great alternatives to daily time frames when you're trying to catch those shorter, smaller, shallower corrections before the market takes off. And there were a number of opportunities like this, and they'll continue to be, gang. That's what's so great. There will continue to be more opportunities like this intraday. So we'll be talking about the Bitcoin on the simpler future side, and we're also going to be talking about Bitcoin on the simpler, obviously, crypto side. Digital currency, gang. That's what I like calling it. I don't even like calling it crypto. Digital currency. It's real. It's here. And I'm very excited to be seeing the first prices start to trade on this XBT contract. I think the XBT might be the way to go for most traders. The CME of 5 coins is going to be a very expensive contract to trade. I think the CBOE is going to get a lot of intraday action because of the size of the contract and the affordability. I'll see you in the next update.